So like definitely I'm still thinking about the ambition of like might not just be a sensitive change alone that might exist, but like a sensitive experience as well might understand that the soul of that certain discipline might be most likely merge with like the soul of that lady while looking of for the mental might see that the aspect of like what might happen in the system of the minimum time is like definitely at present with like the loss of like like the like looting plan of like empowering like the like empowering like the it's like the tournaments like the souls might be more like whenever like losing is like happy like the queen aspect might be getting happy and whenever losing is sad like that way that is queen and then might be getting that might be like it is the so that Lucy might have gone through an extreme pain of like the authorship of that and losing might have been what might have happened and that extreme pain of that Lucy might have created most likely what might have been such an extreme pain within like a spirit feel it might exist the Lucy might see that the case the criminal through and that the spirit thing might have most likely sent that and basically might have decided to reason like suffering of that which is by most likely feel comes out like by most likely that the stick things might have interfere during like a cross love and might have converted a sort of role or like a sort of spirit upper a sort or upper a sort of love that the king might have converted and transformed like a sort of like soul or spirit into a celestial spirit might have been what might have happened with the king of the representative lab. Now that way might have survived as like I think the person as like the spirit might be that the actual case certainly not true. Like that person might be a such student and basically going for like without grade left or like to see finding out about that through that doing other self things like that now that way. So that way I'm going to bring along with that along with that low key that I'm going to bring you without today I'm going to bring you the fact that becoming like a self spirit of that religion and that way of the it's like looking at a plus and being able to like hang out with that Lucy and not to an the very next day. Once again, like the even the scenario that the only and my question really and is so that me my question really approaching right now that lesson maybe just the actual method might be such that maybe while nothing attended will like say from black or some situation of black people with like you know maybe at that point like I'm going to bring that NATO as well might have been they supposed to that get pulled into an into that Ethereum and get merged into that Ethereum along with that might have been like the asset of that what might have been maybe supposed to happen might have been like the case of the possibility that I'm going to break but like I'm doing the source factor which might have maybe allow that not to be able to like the Ethereum like saving from like the merge situation might have been that maybe like the sole factor of that NATO they are consuming that Ethereum might be like the case that limit credit. So like by then like I'm going by consuming like Ethereum like NATO body might have maybe develop started to like develop might have developed like resistance to like the Ethereum might have been what might have happened that towards like Ethereum material. So that the lead might be in their question right now that let's find out that the building problem of like the new heritage things might be finally completed by now. We like accurate in the date of the news method but so that before like the current episode it's like a different for like macro like it's celebrating that's the completion of last the new paradigm will take like slightly making a bunch of announcements. Like the first announcement I'm going to be that macro officially accepting Juvia as well as like not only Juvia but also Black so as well as like the two other friends of Black as like the newest members of Black Relationship. Is like the with an art that I'm going to make and simultaneously along that I'm going to praying for like macro also making that absolute extreme surprise like different and surprise announcement for like not to team where like and like macro like they announced that like not to as well as like Navy as well as like Grey as well as like Julia getting promoted as like senior heritage statement that there is a scenario that about it, like with that combination and such an absolute unexpected exciting stuff for like natural control is like the scenario that I'm saying and like that also coming in as like such an unpleasant experience, unpleasant solving surprise for that was you know it's like the scenario that I've been following and my experience. So that finally that natural ending that finally straight away the moment like Marco then also that like and that's when I think like it was not waiting a single second and like straight away running off to like the top floor of like the new characters will do and will be them exploring this so that the 3 months of their ambition right now that like Julia it actually might have not headed back like Julia actually might be with that matter of person might be like access of the case that like might be their ambition because like after like such a period of like ambition like most likely that of might have migrant with like Julia found out everything about like Julia so definitely at that point that matter of might have been feeling so silly grateful for all of that Julia till now. Might feel like it is something of the remnant. So that Liam was finding that macro might out of the told Julia that is the that like he has already accepted that couldn't mind that he has already accepted that Julia to do that self relative assessing what relative treatment of conduct macro wants to like make it the software and attributes of like announcement for like the remaining of like the relative universe including like not to any even state. No, so like I'm sitting in my mention that like macro might be basically waiting for like to start like the completion of like the different process of like the relative skill field and like the initial entry to like the new relative skill field into a grand event by only at that point to make the surprise unexpected that simulation of that particularly announcing that area going like the period will so like the people during the thing right now especially that like Jalal might have most likely maybe stop by like Natsu's final move solely due to like the presence of that the power of that like the presence of like the spirit might have been providing Jalal might have been like the case certainly not trended. So like Jalal actually after that final move of like Nantu might have only passed out, might have been only like a passed out and unconscious state, might have been like that with the case certainly not trended. So while that so even with like from like the Ethereum tower like at that point that Nantu might have been like Jalal even at that point might have been present at that exact location in that unwanted branch of state and like Nantu might have assumed that like Jalal the loss of Jalal happens might have been the case and might have that way left this like upside down might have been what might have actually happened to remember. So like even at that point like Jalal might have been playing fight more like so might have been like the case that never surrendered. So definitely I've been putting like after like Nantu that's why I can bring like Jalal. What might have happened might have been most likely sort of spirit like Simon might have felt Jalal as like absolutely is and being pleased at that point like the spirit might have exited out of like might have exited out of like Jalal and then be uh, and like the spirit might have left off might have been what might have speaking another host to take over like another uh individual even way more stronger than Jalal. Uh, and skillful vendor as to that take off for like the spirit to like manipulate and for the might be such an intention that the spirit might have left the that might have been for might have happened to the incident. So like after like not to might have after like not to left with like not like and still like that way after like the spirit that if it is on like Jalal might have really woken up might have been what might have happened to the later. So like even after like waking up like Jalal might have been aware of that everything that had happened until that point and like everything due to like even though due to like the spirit like everything that Jalal did had done until all the realistic things that Jalal had done and all the suffering that like Jalal had gone through like and like that when like Jalal might have been aware of all that might have been like when he woke up might have been like the case that dinner anything. So like at that point of different like Jalal might have been feeling absolutely ashamed of himself for having done everything he had done until that point and like he might have not been able to like bring himself to like even though Jalal at that point might have finally felt free and might have desperately bond and badly wanted to like meet up with like Elsa and friends and like live finally live here to like they look like the sun and it's like some with that absolute freedom, still I'm rotating something even more than that, just like he might have felt that feeling of like absolute extreme feel, uh, guilt of like a feeling that he might have been feeling to the extent of that even facing as well as like especially even after like the loss of like Simon has been happening, especially when so definitely I'm just like that solely due to that factor alone, like I'm just like considering like Jellal might have was like this on my but might have consciously chose to like stay and far away from that from Erza and which led them in the end might be around the line some sort of things that Jellal might have taken that decision and evolved to himself, saying that go to himself may have been more discussions with me and both. Definitely I'm still feeling my victory I'm going for like didn't really lecture in it around things for like and as well team like getting up in like the time situation against like some strong villain and I'm going to find at that point I'm going to find most likely that like I'm going to train for like by sheer points it's like I'm going to find like and I'm like just the union situation that apart and apart three friends like so and out of those friends some of the friends by the definitely join like spirit and basically being certain as part of that mission. And I'm not going to that mission, I'm not going to actually different data like that actually by share point to like any of the process path with like Jalal. And that means I was very ambition for like at that point I'm going to like while there will be process paths like I'm mentioning that Jalal only find escaping and on your way from that this like friend like a friend like was not excited about it. But yet like I'm according to my perspective, what might be that I figured the number get if they are cutting in like a sign being like an injury getting captured by the villains and ending up in like an unfair range of kind of like situation from which like if they won't be able to like get out of like scenario that are different. So from which they won't be able to like able to like scenario that are different. So like at that point I'm to come from like the last like nature to return and come to the other field like scenario that are different. But like after like that accident will around it with like friends like and like Jella still not being able to continue on to this like bow to that stay away from the reflections and with that way there are finding returning back to like save them and then after that after you like I'm returning like and at that point like it's simply the bring that there are finally joining that Afghan and the black friends and because that way there are finally ending up joining that that's what it is. It's so like that we want to theory and so right now it's that like the theory might be absolutely wrong and might have no majority that might have prevented that absolute destruction of like the Ethereum power but like it might have been exactly now so that might have prevented that the destruction of like the Ethereum power certainly might have been reference because like and then the project source factor that might have enabled now to like prevent that destruction might have been like the source factor of like now to they are consuming like the Ethereum might be like in certain events to like up and down so start consuming like this year or like a different like that might have a certain add an information as would depend on like Nanto's body that maybe Nanto's the composition then that thing of like the composition of like Nanto's body might have taken that up to like being transformed into like taking also taking the composition of that Ethereum as well and that transformation which might have suddenly happened and silently happen on the like natural body that's quite out rendering like natural most likely by saving a start from like the merged state of like the zero like at that point I'm going to find all that tremendous amount of like magic and energy of like the zero power might have all gotten uh, silently absorbed into Natu's body. Might have been what might have happened without like Natu realizing it might have been what might have happened to the non-Christian, like that tremendous energy of like the entire case, like the Syrian power, even the then might be present within it like an absolute dormant kind of like state within like an absolute body. Suddenly might be that the actuality of it, the configuration that we might have been doing. So I'm notifying from like Nazu and Absolutely and like all of them like finding out about the only left the very distinctly that when some different for like Nazu feeling this practicing this struggling in like a battle against like an extremely on for villain like the character and in that battle like when Nazu would be about to suddenly get execution and being brought down by like the villain. And at that point, like Nazu's friend as a number of friends to be in that dedicated situation where like they won't be able to like help Nazu at that point. Like to narrate that and do this. So, like at that in such a situation in like the very different situation is when I'm talking about finally that the Ethereum tremendous magic upon the temperature might be percent within like Nazu's body and something like only at that point like this can user like it's coming out from its laptop and like state and basically that getting activated and like and to finally getting access to all that man within like nothing for it. And like all that magic power like getting unleashed and basically that way that resulting in that getting really huge major power that happening for like nothing in that system with the scenario which uh alone that enabling us to be able to like or anticipate that will uh in that system with the like system with the scenario that I'm really and my really right. Also, like that, where it might be a number of going like now to might have normally saved a lot, but like myself without realizing it, like might have also ended up saving Jalal as well. This is like the need of the something right now, especially for that. So find like with other friends of like have time for different individually in their journey, like and the different like then only by share coincidence like running into Jalal. It's like the switch up scenario that I'm going to go different through that. And that's why number of different form that since the number of different like Jellal needing that. And then together like gain a lot of that experience and strength and skill and thrown together into like the real world and basically like the outside world and basically that way basically I'm different like Jellal and that those three friends that have the about eventually come down to a common goal which might be to like start again it's not their own self, it's the freedom of freedom. That way, like, when that them starting their own build and like Jalan being like the master of their skill. So like the lead member very and that and sitting on those strategies. Like by now, matter of myself, like maybe came down to the conclusion that they need the inability of like the predispositive skill is to move that the inability to move matter of myself came down to the conclusion that topic as like a major shortcoming and like a major disadvantage for like Cricket to have that leads my surrender. So that like macro that we might take an inspiration from like the fandom will team to most likely ensure that like the league where it is will be can have movement, but like I would say like for the non adult we adult to like the movement of that the kind of base, but like I'm going like that certificate might be that like the current new where it is building might be actually able to like take flight might be like that certificate the Venus so that the adaptive certificate might be able to fly while being powered by magic might be like the case that we might have right now. I'm going to find in other really almost all like the features of like the user experience based like like so still preferring to want that the for narrative will be that is like in within our that I'm like but like at that with last again when I'm going to bring like macro finding macro itself like revealing that final uh feature new feature of like the brand new narrative still there which might be like the ability of like the adaptive capability to like take flight and flight might be like the case just being able to name principle. Once like macro is revealing that like I'm saying like Nancy as being absolutely my flown and being totally excited about like the and liking finally liking that the new skill base. So like definitely from point on for like curious to be no easily with like the Julia's drama. It's like the scenario that I'm noticing while like I'm like in that career place, I'm noticing got to be very ill that I'm noticing always from this point on to be always picking up like swallow with like natural. So like that need my very emotion right now for like mentally I'm noticing for like natural and get into like softly find out about like the now about like the number seven linking natural and get in going to the extent of what might be according to my language I'm noticing like natural and get in might be of like the very exact not only of like the very might be not very of like the very exact same age, but like they might have been born on like the very exact same day and like the same time as well. Might be like the case that we must change. So that it might be on exactly 7 a.m. or like PM during like the exact same of like the 7 and on like the month 7 of like to like and like a year which might be also having that the number seven in it. Might be definitely that the birth date and that time of that natural and debut. About this like and for like natural and debut. Yeah. So we finding out on like the very next on the very day of like the very next birthday that natural and debut. Is like the now that I was moving to connect and and on that very day itself like different for like to and getting by sheer point of like ending up finding some sort of like a lead into like a small tiny lead into that into like the number 7 point to the so that was lead by the neuroemergence right now is that like might be under like the overconfident assumption that if you once eventually macro steps down from that the person of that the master of that the period skill that at that point definitely macro would be definitely make picking that as like like that was a like that we might have very so like they will law of like macro so that was like happen to some sort of like an intense plan between like macro and some single or with that like things like the exams like it's not that a different so after that, break down macro like I'm just like the villain thing, like it's not that a little bit. So definitely I'm looking after that like I'm looking for like most likely lab is direct to take up like a couple of that being like the next master of like the periodical skill lab or by itself that is direct to takes the student and at that point I'm going to depend on the remaining from that when that becomes the then that is the remaining periodical skill method that opposite strategy of that that was not that a roller so that definitely I was bring that to I was willing to like give up to like stand and basically that way like I'm feeling like the whole swap happening and like the career is still this and then so different like he would say going to the extent of like trying to get me for like if you want this for like decisions to be like the master that can be like the predator skill to get down the lines and like to do like consider a lot of that war happening and like happening within like the friendship in this like in our therapy. So like at that point is when I'm really trying most likely for like the top woman who is like the boss like I'm like up end of that like it happening and that they are deciding to like take it upon itself to like me to carry on macro which might be that after like macro I feel like for like for to that the like success of that matter like the master of everything like it should be someone to from like look at that like coaching worthy of like such a position. And until that point, like we need for like the performance to like deal the successor and deal like the president still plays as like in to be along the next like or made or already like might be like of the Darren which then he made already share that the black the performance might be like that to the video that we use to be so that them during that way like at that point I'm really getting that the performance actually have like same something to get and but yeah, at that point, I'm requesting for like almost like the majority of the critical skill members like that choosing like the lot of performance to be that the master instead of like in the scenario that is like the team member very important right now for that. Then after that getting some number of things to be like supporting fact by getting to like probably more not to might be like that if the case is nigga premise. So like the person in like the song might be not so for like the new members here and right now, especially for like an absolutely extremely enraged like now so like I'm different like right now naming like efforts that comes to the view of like that is this like personality that I'm looking for. So that the name for like and I'm looking for that lack of like basically telling that to like sympathize with that to doesn't want to go through the same thing that they didn't have. It's like going through to be along the lines I'm looking for like with that point one that's when I'm looking like to start here refusing to like not to not getting indifferent and like not to not refusing to like sympathize. So like at that point I'm looking a battle between like not to as well as like happening with like without needing to get on like on any some very very example like not that I'm different. And then that different for like not to walking not to and setting and like walking away. This is like the scenario that I'm different and that different for not to be so extremely frustrated and like now that I'm looking and most likely at that point I'm notifying that now so by laying on the floor on the ground like that I would repeat and planning just stay there notifying like that to exactly make it that wow to like definitely not run until that now to surpass that lack and basically just lack of in this place to be along the lines I'm notifying like now to making that absolute sorting out that absolute work production at that point this lecture is not that I'm protecting and definitely I'm protecting that not to get in that absolute injured state again that the common enemy like lags control bring that bringing natural that quickly brings that natural and get is even a lot of problem as like front is like the is now that I'm a pro like in my working right now. So that definitely my I'm looking right now for like the current active like getting level of different like dropping uh feeling of each respect towards like getting certain lady right now. Like was not that I'm looking and that feeling of I'm so much like I'm looking that without creating I'm going to bring like turning into a feeling of like absolute affection towards like getting and I'm going to bring that common factor that bringing that Devi and Julia and also as friends like me now that I'm going to take and my generation. So it's like the other possibility that I'm looking right now is for like without today I'm not different that demanding to that macro that like macro gives us like the function of that the macro frequency skills to that the same basically at that point macro maybe like straight away refusing and basically macro saying that for maybe that just may see that like the ones that macro might be already having like somebody else in his mind maybe possibly like the underpaid that he actually takes his number